guys, it's Lindsay here with Pilates on Demand. Today I'm bringing you a beginner Pilates on the wall workout. All you're gonna need is wall space and your mat. You're not gonna need too much wall space, but if you have a picture hanging up, it might get in the way. So we're gonna start the class standing. A lot of this work is going to allow you to do squats, planks, even side planks, crunches without laying down on the mat, and the wall is going to give you a little bit more support. So if you have a really hard time with those exercises, this is going to be a really great workout for you to make them more attainable and accessible for your body. So let's get into it. So I'm going to stand on up here. We're going to come walk yourself back into the wall. So the first thing we're going to find is our posture. I want you to find your plumb line. So you're going to lean your body back into the wall. If you have a hard time getting your back to touch the wall, you're simply going to walk your feet forward until you feel more of your back settle into the wall. If your head or your chest is really far forward, you could also slide a pillow behind you so that you can reach your body back into that tactile cue, because that's what I want you to find. I want your body to be able to rest back into the wall. So make any of those adjustments so we can settle into this, because we're going to be leaning back into the wall for a lot of these exercises. So my feet are hips distance parallel. I have them about 5-6 inches forward, but remember, it's all up to your body. You could be a foot forward. What we're gonna look for is that the hips touch the wall, our lower back has space, our mid and upper back press against the wall, our neck has space, and our head touches the wall. So the two places that don't touch the wall are going to be the lower back and the back of the neck. Those are your natural curves. That's what we're trying to find here by using the wall. So just standing like this and lifting up is going to help you find better posture. Yeah, it's going to take you out of this and into a nice open chest and a head stacked over the tailbone. So one thing I want you to think a lot about here is where your body is in space. So if you're leaning forward at all, find the wall with your body. Notice if your low back has space. If you're pushing your low back into the wall, try to press your butt into the wall so that your low back gets that curve. And if your neck is not lifted off the wall, you might want to put a block or pillow just behind the head but not the neck so that we create that natural curve. If the head's off the wall, you also can put a pillow there to bring the head back so it's something to lean against. So this is what I'm going to establish as our plumb line, our neutral position, and our back. If you don't find it today, it's totally okay. Remember, you can always come back to this. Pilates exercise is kind of like growth. You're not trying to be perfect, we're just trying to improve with each practice. So in this neutral position, I want you to think about where the weight is in your feet. Notice if your hips are sliding one way or the other, and that's going to affect your feet, right? If my hips are leaning over to the right, I'll have a lot more weight in my right foot. So let's keep the hips centered, right underneath the back of the head, and just gently switch from the left to the right foot where your body weight is. And notice what that does in your body. Lets your hips drop. There's uneven stacking of the body. And this is what typically causes, misalignment in the body, which typically causes pain and injury. So Pilates is here for you to reestablish through exercise, proper alignment. So after you've shifted side to side, come back to center, maybe even close your eyes and put 50% of your weight in each foot. So we want to be evenly balanced here. If that's hard for you to find, you could record yourself or ask a friend to look at you while you're standing in this position, and they could be like, yeah, you are kind of tilted over to the side. Or maybe look in front of a mirror. That's always super helpful. Okay, so we're carrying this neutral spine with us throughout all of our work today. We're going to take our arms up into a 90-degree bend, so elbows in line with shoulders, palms face each other. As you inhale, open the arms. Bring the back of the arms towards the wall and try not to let anything in your back change. So the back is still leaning into the wall. Perhaps that becomes more challenging and the feet need to go further forward so those hips and the back of the head can still rest on the wall. And then exhale to close the arms. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, the arms open. Exhale, the arms close. Okay, I'm gonna add another element in here. As we're opening the arms, I want you to connect into your core. What does that mean? That means you're trying to draw the stomach muscles. See, think of the belly, the skin on the body moving deeper into the body. Typically, it's easier to find on your exhale. So as those arms open, let's take a breath out. And with that breath out, allow the abdomen to recede deeper into the body. Allow the waistline to tighten. Okay, on this next one, just keep those arms open. I'm going to inhale, reach those arms up, palms face in, try to touch the sky, lengthen, lengthen. And then exhale, bend the elbows, keeping them close to the wall. Inhale, we stretch up. Think of growing taller from the bottom of your spine, top of the spine, and fingertips. Okay, we're gonna take one more right here. We're going to keep those arms straight. Breathe in, reach those arms up. I know it's hard work. Strong, straight arms. We are going to do a crunch off the wall. So let's just relax those shoulders here, open the collarbone. Keep the exact amount of space between your chin and your chest right now as when you are folding forward. So we're gonna fold from right here. That's where our crunch happens, not from your neck. So if you have a hard time with ab exercises, crunches off the floor, this is gonna be really good work for you. So I want you to leave the wall with your upper back first. That's what's leading you. Here rather than here. So I'm gonna fold at my waist. That's what's bringing me forward. And then I'm gonna pull the ribs back into the wall, or the middle of your back touches the wall. And then just restack that spine and inhale. Okay, so we're folding right at the waist, coming forward. And then inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Okay, breathe out, rounding forward. Now pause in that forward fold. Plug your arms back, plug your waist back, and make sure your chest is open and your head's not hanging. Yeah, so when you're in a crunch, you don't ever want to lead with the neck or jut it into the chest. Inhale, come upright. So let's just put the hands around the ribs for a moment, right here. Now when you come forward, think of sending your ribs towards each other. You fold forward, you breathe out. Okay, check the alignment. It's not a one and done. You have to constantly reassess and make sure you're not borrowing from the wrong places. And then inhale, lift tall. Okay, let's do 3 more. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good work. 2 more. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good. So use those core muscles. Think of pushing them into the wall. They're helping us connect to our abs. And then inhale to restack. Good work. Okay, we're going to take this into our side bend. So find the wall again with your spine. That neutral position. Open the collarbone up. Reach your right arm straight up. Try to touch the ceiling. Try not to move the hips, so keep 50-50 weight in the feet and tilt your spine over to the right, the left rather. And then exhale, come back to center. We're gonna go 2 more times to the same side. Breathe in, stretch up and over to the left. Keep weight in that right foot. And breathe out to return. 1 more time and hold. Breathe in, stretch it over to the right, just as far as you can go with nice alignment. And then see if you still have those natural curves in your neck, in your chest, in your low back. And then exhale to return. So I'm trying to establish that neutral position in the spine no matter what we are doing. Okay, let's take it to the other side. So reach your left arm up, palm is in. We have the back of the head on the wall and the upper back on the wall, even when we go into that side bend. Inhale, stretch up and over to the right. Still have weight in the left foot. And exhale to return. 2 more times. Breathe in, stretch through the side body. Breathe out, return. Okay, relax those shoulders. This one we're gonna hold. Stretch it over. Press that left foot into the floor. Lean back into the wall, especially with the top of your body. It starts to round forward. Okay, we have space between the neck, the low back, and we're trying to keep the back of the head and the chest on the wall. Big breath in, and breathe out, roll it up. Whew, it's hard work. So let's take this into a squat. So if you have a hard time with squats, don't worry about it because the wall is going to be supporting your body weight. Just kind of like we are now. Like our legs have a lot less weight in them than they would if we were standing with our feet right underneath our hips. Yeah, they're out in front of us. So I'm going to walk my feet even further forward. I am a foot away from the wall. I'm 5'4". If you are taller than that, your feet have to go a lot further forward. Legs are hips distance parallel. Find the neutral spine. We will slide down the wall by bending your knees. We slide down. You're leaning back into the wall. If you have that block there, you can slide it with you or get rid of it, but continue to try to find the wall. Okay, maybe this is your lowest point. Maybe you're more advanced and your hips come in line with your knees. Now I want you to think of pushing your feet forward. So it's sending the body back into the wall, and then use the front of your thighs to stand back up. Good work. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, we glide down. Maybe you go 2-3 inches. Remember, it's progress, not perfection, so take your time. Maybe you have another inch or 2 in you. Now push the feet forward and pull up through your legs to send yourself back to standing. Core nice and tight. Last one. Breathe in. We're gonna hold this one. Maybe you're feeling comfortable and you wanna go a little lower. Okay, now find your neutral spine. Are you standing evenly in your right and left foot? Let's do a little weight shift. Put all the weight in that right foot. What happens? We look a little misaligned. Put it all on the left foot. Ooh, my hips are leaving the wall. So let's find that center. Dig your toes and your heels into the floor. Take a big breath in for me. And as you exhale, push into your feet, press all the way up to standing. Good work. Okay, we are gonna do some planks. If you have a really hard time doing planks, then these exercises are for you. I'm actually gonna travel over here to show you our traditional plank. So if you were in a forearm plank on the floor, we're bringing it up to the wall to make it more accessible for you. So what you wanna find, I'm gonna progress this. So we'll start slow and then we'll move the feet back to make it a little harder. Stay where you need to stay. So it's going to be elbows in line with shoulders, palms planted. So make sure your elbows aren't here because it's going to shrug those shoulders up onto the neck. So we have those elbows lining up with the shoulders, palms planted, spread those fingers out. Then I'm walking my feet back and I'm finding my natural curves of my spine. So you can see how my neck and my low back have a slight arch to it, but we're not here. And if that's you, then I need you to tuck that tailbone and bring your head back in space. If this is feeling good, I want you to just work your stomach muscles. Draw them in away from your pants. If you need more, continue to push the wall away from you and start to walk the feet further back. From there, you'll come up onto your toes. Other option is to have the legs a little bit wider. That will give you a better base of support. So let's look at the spine right here. Make sure your hips, your tush is reaching back towards the floor behind you, and your belly button is reaching up towards your chin. And that's gonna keep us out of this arch in the low back. So let's hold for 2 more breaths. Push out of the wall, and maybe you're right here. Just tighten your abs and push into your arms. Last breath in, breathe into the belly, and then exhale, release, and shake it out. Okay guys, we're gonna do side planks now. Trust me, you can do this. Don't be scared. So remember, we can start super easy and add on, but start slow today. So we're standing with our left side to the wall. I'm going to place my left forearm on the wall. Again, we're at elbow in line with shoulder, palm or fist, whatever you feel comfortable with. Feet together. My feet are about an inch out to the right, instead of right underneath my hips. And if you're new to this, I just want you to work leaning your left hip to the wall and then pulling the left hip into the body and squeezing your left side. Inhale, left hip to the wall. Exhale, pull it into the body and squeeze the side. Keep the legs really tightly glued together. That is gonna help you work those abs. So this is where you start, okay? If you need to have a little bit more challenge, you walk the feet out. And you get a bigger range of motion. So when you have to move the hips away from the wall, the core muscles, the oblique, works harder. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, last progression is gonna be up onto the toes. So the feet are further away from the wall and my heels are lifted about 2 inches. Okay, make sure we're not sinking into the shoulder. So spread through the front of the chest. Let's do 3 together right here. So without letting your hips just sag, right? It's with control. Slowly lean that left hip to the wall, then push out of your left forearm and lift up through the left side. Try to crunch your rib to your hip. 2 more. Breathe in and breathe out. You got this. 1 more. Stay strong. Breathe in and breathe out. And then walk it in. Woo, I felt my shoulder too. Yes, we got this whole left side. So I'm gonna turn around. We're going to do your right side now, even though it's gonna look like I can't mirror you anymore once I turn around, but I think it's good for you to see the back of the movement as well. So here we go. We are going to place the right arm on the wall. It's gonna look like my left. Check it out. Elbow lines up with shoulder. Palm or fist is planted. And you'll start with your feet just slightly to the left of you. Then we'll lean without twisting. We'll lean our right hip directly into the wall. You might feel a stretch there. And then we'll pull it away from the wall. And we're thinking of crunching the side. Now what I want you to look at from this angle is my shoulder. Make sure you're not sinking into the shoulder. That's why I want you to push the wall away from you the whole time. That's going to keep your upper back, neck, and shoulders safe. Okay, if you're progressing, the feet walk a little bit further out. We inhale the hip into the wall, and then right here, crunch the side of the body. Breathe in. And breathe out. Think about that plumb line. Back of the head stacks over the tailbone. Make sure you haven't come forward. Let's take it up a notch. Onto the toes. We now have a lot more weight in the shoulder, so we're pushing the shoulder down off the neck, and we're going to do 3 reps. Inhale, dip your right hip into the wall. Keep your legs tight. And exhale, lift up through your waist. Breathe in. Breathe out. You guys got this. Give me 1 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. And step it down. Amazing work. You just crushed this workout. We're going to take a nice stretch to just mellow everything out. So I'm going to walk it back over to the mat. And we are going, if you have a really tight hamstrings, you have a hard time touching the floor, the wall is going to be your friend as well for this stretch. So first thing, your butt is back on the wall. The tighter you are, the further forward the legs are going to go and the wider. So I'm going to walk them out in front of me, and then I'm going to separate them really wide. Now if you fold forward here, keep your hips back on the wall so they're not coming off the wall. You're leaning your weight into the wall. Second thing, if you cannot touch the floor, grab a chair or a stool and you'll put your hands on that. So leaning the hips into the wall, so you're hinging right here, we're creasing the hips. Tush slides up the wall. I just want you to reach down for the ground and let your head hang, and you're just gonna shake it out. Okay, if you're super tight here, I want you to bend your knees and take a couple deep breaths. So I know you just worked really hard physically and mentally. Be proud of that. You made it. And just let it go. Shake the neck, close the eyes. Good, feel into your body. Okay, let's walk the hands to the right foot. Reach your nose to your knee. Walk your hands to the left foot, nose to knee. And then bring it through center. Bend your knees more, draw your stomach muscles in, and we're going to go for a roll up. Bone by bone, 1 inch of your back will touch the wall at the time. Vertebra by vertebra, we restack. Really try to keep it slow. And then 1 more time, find that plumb line. Open your chest up. Take a big breath in and a deep breath out. Good work, you guys. So proud of you. I hope you enjoyed this beginner Pilates on the wall workout. My name is Lindsay Bushman. This is Pilates on Demand. This is my fitness YouTube Pilates channel. I would love to know how the class went for you, so please let me know in the comments, and I would really appreciate if you would subscribe. That helps me have more ability to create content for you. I will see you guys on the next workout. Don't forget to subscribe.